the spotlight for generations to come. Year after year, we are witnessing an explosion of high-quality productions from across the continent. African filmmakers are telling bold, diverse, and compelling stories that captivate audiences at home and abroad. Make no mistake, the world is watching. Do we know that the world is watching?
Yeah.
For many years, we have exported our content, we have exported our music to the rest of the world, and now the spotlight is back on us to see what else we have. But we couldn't do this without you, our incredible partners. Thank you. A massive thank you to Amstel Malta and Hunger Sizzling for your unwavering investment in African storytelling and creativity. Your support goes beyond sponsorship. It's a commitment to the growth and global recognition of African film and television. Thank you. And to you, our media partners at home and abroad, thank you for helping us tell the stories behind the stories. Your dedication to amplifying African talent ensures that our industry continues to shine on the global stage. Now let's talk to what's coming. Our nominee announcement, mark your calendars, is on the 23rd of March 2025. I'll repeat that. It's on Sunday, the 23rd of March 2025 on all Africa Magic channels at 7 p.m. I'll say that again because I know some people were listening. The nominee announcement is on the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd of March 2025 across all Africa Magic channels at 7 p.m. Voting for your favorite nominees will commence immediately after the broadcast on that day, so please go to our website, africamagic.tv/AMVCs to vote for your favorite actors, no, not actors, to vote for your favorite categories. And I'll tell you why I said not actors. For the awards weekend, we will have our awards weekend in May the 10th, 2025. But as we know, preceding the main awards, we usually will have some industry activities during the week. So for our young filmmakers, the Culture Day. But look out for all the details for those events and the venues. We know that the week of the 7th to the 10th of May will be an unforgettable experience in the industry. The AMVCA has always been a celebration of the exceptional creativity, dedication, and talent that define African cinema and television. But at its core, this platform is about you, the audience. You are the heartbeat of the industry, the ones who bring these stories to life by watching, engaging, and supporting the filmmakers, actors, and creatives behind them. This year, we are honoring excellence across 28 categories, divided into two major segments. One is our non-voting categories. As you know, the non-voting categories recognize craft and excellence. A total of 18 categories will be adjudicated by our prestigious judges, led by the renowned head judge, Femi Udubemi. These categories focus on the technical and behind-the-scenes aspect of filmmaking that shape the magic we see on screen. For our recognition awards, we will honor lifetime achievement and industry impacts. We have the Industry Merit Award and the Trailblazer Award. And we'll have a surprise announced on the night, so please watch that space. For the third category, which is where the audience plays, it's our voting categories, and that is where you have the final say. We have 10 categories entirely in your hands. The audiences and the viewers who love and support these films and series have the power to determine the winners in these categories. When voting opens, it's your time to rally behind your favorites and ensure they take home the awards. So please vote, and vote, because your support is what makes the AMVCA truly special. At the end of the day, the AMVCA is more than just an award show. It's a celebration of African storytelling, a recognition of the hard work that goes behind the scenes, and a testament to the power of audience support. One thing is certain, African filmmaking is thriving, and with platforms like the AMVCA, the future has never looked brighter. So here's to another year of groundbreaking achievements, unforgettable stories, and a celebration of Africa's finest talents. What more can I say? See you all in May.
Please give a warm round of applause for the Executive Head of Content and Channels, West Africa Multi-Choice. Thank you so much. So I want to do a quick pop quiz. What day does the announcement come out on Africa Magic Channels? 23rd or what? What time? What time? The day 23rd of March. And we're all going to tune in, right? And immediately afterwards, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Vote, 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 vote. We have to rally around our faves. Some of our faves are in the room, and then on the night you will not be happy. So the 10 categories that are open for voting, we will rally around our faves, okay? So please mark your calendar, tell everybody. And we're so grateful truly for all the support. You know, the AMVCS is truly that Pan-African award that recognizes talent across the continent, but is also what I like to call like a germinating field that encourages budding talent. And we can't do that without the generous support. And the list of sponsors keeps growing. In fact, maybe before the end, we'll have even more. So if you're a brand person in this room and your brand is not on this list, you're done, you know. So there's some people who have joined the list, and I want us to just applaud them. We have Indomie, woo! And we also have Lush. Please give them a warm round of applause. Again, keep posting. Hashtag AMVCA11. Next, we have a message from our head judge. He would love to be with us here in person, but unfortunately he can't. But he has recorded a video message for us. Just like Dr. Musola said, he's a renowned filmmaker of repute. His experience spans filmmaking, broadcast, and advertising, and we're truly honored to have him return again as the head judge for the 11th edition of the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Truly, Mr. Femi Odubemi needs no introduction, and we're so glad that even though he isn't here with us presently and physically, we have a video from him. So sit back, put your phones away so you can listen to some very important announcements that will be made, and I'll be back shortly.
Hello, I am Femi Odubemi, head of jury of the 11th Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. The AMVCA remains the most prestigious platform celebrating excellence in African film and television. As an industry, we are constantly evolving. The expectations of our filmmakers, audiences, and stakeholders continue to rise, and the AMVCA is committed to evolving with them. This year, in response to valuable industry insights and our commitment to continuous improvement, we are excited to introduce a new award category, Best Music Score. This edition recognizes the fundamental role of sound and music in storytelling. Sound design shapes the atmosphere, tension, and emotion of a film, while a compelling score breathes life into a narrative, making a story resonate long after the credits roll. With this category, we celebrate the creative professionals whose artistry brings depth, authenticity, and immersive experiences to our productions. At the heart of it all, the AMVCA is more than an award. It is a call to excellence. As we celebrate another year of excellence, we invite you to be part of this journey. Vote for your favorites and help us honor the very best of African cinema. Thank you.
so instructive about that video is that the AMVC is listen. So if you have valuable insights, you have feedback to share, the AMVCs are always listening. And I know a lot of us are excited about that new category because there's something about that score. It can just move you. Before you know it, you're crying, you're laughing, you're angry, and it's like, these people are just acting. But in that moment, you're feeling every single emotion. And that has been heightened by that musical score. So we're grateful that there's a new category that's going to recognize the immense talent when it comes to scoring across the continent of Africa. And our next thing on the agenda, like I said, it's a press conference like no other. We have a comedy set. I'm sure you're wondering, comedy set, press conference, but trust me, when you hear his performance, you will see why. We're going to laugh, you know, laughter is good medicine for the soul, right? But we're also going to engage with the content, we're also going to think. So see it as a conversation, an intimate conversation between the performer and us, the audience. So if we're ready for that comedy set, to laugh, to think, to engage, maybe not cry, please put your hands together for our performer, Dexmond. Woo! Let's keep your applause going till he makes his way to the stage. Dexmond, are you sure you're not going to dance?
Alright, thank you. Man, what an introduction. I don't think I've ever been introduced like that. You've been so eloquent, man. A round of applause for her, please. Your use of English is out of this world. I wish I was that eloquent. I would not be doing this. Hi guys, how you guys doing now? How you guys doing now?
You're doing great. Thank you.
What, you're hungry? It's Onga. Onga is the sponsor now. Our sponsors are already working. You're hungry. Oh my God, don't mind me then. I was just trying to do jobs. I'm so glad to be here. I don't know about you. I'm so glad, I'm honored, I'm super excited, super glad to be here. And I'm not just saying it because that's the best way to start a conversation. No, that's not what I'm saying. Genuinely, I'm so glad to be here. And it's not because of you guys, respectfully, no, don't take anything away from yourself. It's not because of you guys. It's because of my dad. I wish he was here to see me right now.
No.
Do this. No, it's not there though. Do you advise? When you rush the class. It's not like he's there. No, it's not just here in the building to see me. You know the event is strictly by invitation. You guys are not inviting now. So it's not just here. So he's alive. He's alive. Hail Artie playing one of the better things he knows how to do. He's my father. I know him now. As I was saying, the reason that my father would be proud to see me is because my father is a fan of this, he's a fan of Nollywood. I don't think the word fan does justice to how much my father loves Nollywood. Please a round of applause for my dad. He loves Nollywood. And growing up, in the place I grew up, at the time I grew up, 2006, Edo State, Benin City, loving Nollywood as a man was not a very masculine thing. Yeah? Should I take it again? Loving Nollywood as a man in the place I grew up, at the time I grew up, 2006 Edo State, was not a very masculine thing. Yeah, I will explain. Loving hip-hop at that time, listening to Tupac, saying things like, shoot everybody, we kill the police, and kill the thief. My bullet no dey finish. Those the Arab songs that they are violence. It was more masculine to relate to things like that, other than watching Liz Bessie and Regina Askia drag who will marry the crown prince. Yes, it was not too masculine. So my father, in order not to get judged by peers. He used to sneak and watch Nollywood like he was watching adult film. Yes, he used to sneak and watch Nollywood so that all his peers will not see him watching Nollywood. Like he used to buy Nollywood CDs with Hollywood packs. This is a true life story. If I say it's a true life story, it's a true life story. Like, you will come to our house and you see Rambo. Don't play the CD. It's not Rambo. If you play the CD of Rambo in our house, you are going to watch Strangers Love, or World Apart, or Glamour Girls. And I used to dislike him for that. I used to. Because my peers, they used to discuss different type of Hollywood movies in class in primary school. Their parents would come back home from work and buy them the latest action film, Hollywood action film going on. And my own father is using Rambo Park to buy Strangers Love. And I could not relate to what they were saying. And it used to piss me off. I used to dislike my father and his love for Nollywood. It's not that, the thing is, he didn't used to watch it the way a man should watch something supposedly made for women at that time. He was invested in it. Like, he was very invested in it. Like, my father used to actively contribute in a try save some character life. Like, I don't know how many times I've walked into the room and I caught my dad screaming at the TV, "No chopper! They don't poison now, no chopper!" The head of our home. The leading male figure in our family is trying to save our in this life. Like, this is not a masculine thing to do that. Let him chop him. Leave him. Let him go. That's what my dad used to do, man. He used to enjoy watching Nollywood films. Everything changed on one fateful day. You want me to run the die too? Without laughing. On screen, not real life. Inside the film, yeah. Everything changed on one fateful day. I came back from school. I was done with my assignment, and miraculously, there was still light, which is a rare case in Edo State. You don't finish your chores and still meet light. 2006 Edo State, you can go and ask. Maybe take light like Silivri and never get issue. So 2006. I was done with my assignment. I can't remember the month or the day, but I was done with my assignment and I wanted to play a Hollywood action film. The only Hollywood action film we had in our house at that time was Van Damme's Hard Target. How many of you have seen that movie? Yeah. Van Damme's Hard Target, thank you. So I was about to watch that film for the 146th time because that was the only Hollywood movie in our house. As I was about to play the film, my dad walked in. He said, "Osalgo," that's my name, my Benin name. He said, "Osalgo." I said, "Sir," he said, "How many times you don't watch this film?" I said, "Plenty times." He said, "And you want to watch them again?" I said, "Man, you did buy Strangers Love now. This one, 9 days for us to watch." He said, "No, remove one. He gave one home video, one play for you. You go like her." Both of him to assume. Say, "I go like her." It's okay. I know even with his familiar attributes, my father is stronger than me. I don't feel shouts that I look like her. So I silently removed it and he played the movie for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I was about to watch this movie with all the hate in the world. Like, I want to watch Vadam and you're telling me you have something else to play for me and I go like her. But you're not play and make me sing now. So he put a CD inside the CD player, and the name of the movie was Conspiracy. Okay, did you act in the film? Like he shouted, the famous Conspiracy. I wish you were my father's son. I wasn't this excited when he played the film. You know the film, the famous Conspiracy. How many of you have seen that film? All right, thank you. My father, just before the movie started, he turned to me. He said, "This film I want to play for you, so and my favorite Nigerian film is this. Billy Man, he said, this one too sweet." I said, "The film I saw." I said, "This one sweet. You will enjoy and pay attention." So he put the CD in, and Conspiracy started. I wanted to watch Van Damme Hard Target, so there was nothing they were going to act in conspiracy that was going to convince me that this is a good film. So I was hate watching. Conspiracy. And this is what I got from the movie. For those of you that have not seen Conspiracy, let me summarize it quickly for you guys. Conspiracy is the movie. By the way, just before I go, rest in peace to the gracious, ever beautiful, super talented Oyeka Owenwe. A round of applause for her. She was a main character. But on that day, to hell with Conspiracy. Conspiracy is a movie about a woman that was mad for way too long. She was, oh my God, I was waiting for this film to finish so that I can watch Van Damme. This woman was just mad. She was just like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Let me quickly say, she was mad. She got pregnant as a mad woman. She gave birth to twins as a mad woman. Meaning she carried the twins for 9 months as a mad woman. Now these twins went through secondary and primary education. She was still mad. They went to the university to study medicine, which is an 8 years course without ASU and court classroom. If you add those ones, that's like 12 years course. Guess what? This woman was still mad. They graduated from the university, came out, got jobs. Stayed on the job for so long, they became financially independent in the area, and I say, even I say we get mama with a mad. All this while, this woman was still mad. Till these boys came back to her and something led to something, and she became healed. And guess the first thing that came out from this woman's mouth, it was a song, "You and I will live as one." How do you will live as one after you don't mad for that long? Like, no, now, see, I'm not saying she wasn't healed. I'm saying we are creatures of habits. This woman was mad for over 2 decades. There are habits that she has developed over the years that we need to watch her from afar first to know if she is healed. You know, madness is the only sickness that nobody can really confirm if you are healed, though. Do you know that? If you come back from the hospital and you used to have malaria, they can touch your temperature and say, okay, this guy is fine now. But you see madness, anything you do is still like, if you decide to be quiet, say, why in the quiet? If you decide to talk, you don't be talking. You run, say, you don't run again. You see that, oh, you don't sit down. Madness is a sickness that you can't tell if it's totally cured. So that was what I got from Conspiracy that day, and you know why? I was into watching Conspiracy. I wanted to see Van Damme. And quickly, my father saw that his favorite movie was not moving me. So he turned to me sadly and he said, "You know the enjoyer?" And me happily, I said yes. And I think it broke his heart in a way that I can't explain, but you know, he took the movie off and he said, "Now Van Damme film you want to watch instead of this thing while they play for you." I said, "Yes." He said, "What did they happen for that Van Damme film? We sweet pass Van Damme when they wear tight jeans, they fight 19 people. They drive Okada way for no they finish. You never see Okada way for no they finish." I said, "No, Daddy boy, just enjoy that one." And he took it off, and right before he left, he said, "You know your problem? My problem," I said, "a prophet is never respected in his temple." That was the quote he used before he left. He said, "The prophet is never respected in his temple." And I did not get that quote at that time because I feel he learned from one of the numerous Nollywood films like Shameless Love, so not even in the talk they concern. Then I got into secondary school and I met the son of a pastor that wasn't a Christian. A classmate of mine, let me not disclose his name for reasons best known to me. I met the son of a pastor that wasn't a Christian, and I was fascinated by him. It's not that he was a bad Christian or an irregular Christian, he wasn't just a Christian at all. And one day I was fascinated, I asked him, I said, "Alpha guy, your papa and pastor, why you not be Christian?" And he said, "This morning, the Christians when they come to our church, they're too delusional." I said, "Why?" He said, "Pastor, he said this morning, you believe say people they queue for my father at church. They wait for them from morning till night, making just lay in hand on them." I said, "What is wrong with that?" He Say, hand with my father till they swallow fufu. Inside house, hand me till they pick, you know, sometimes they scratch. Hand me till they wash strong jeans. Then people, they line up, say, make you lay on them. I say, but what is wrong with that? So, you know, that was when that quote resonated with me. A prophet is never respected in his temple. You know why? Because of over-familiarity. So this is it. The boy now, if they see his father hand, as hand with his swallow fufu, you know, please say, if anointing come upon that hand is still cast that demon. So he's seen where the hand has been, instead of what the hand can be. And that was the perfect metaphor. I remember what my father was trying to tell me. To hell with, I didn't learn one thing from Vanda's film. All through my days as a child, I just know if a person quarrel with you, kick him. That's not life. I've watched John Wick part 1 to 3 now. He has said 4 was kill 14 million people. There's forgiveness in your heart as a man. How do you live like that? And I watched Conspiracy again yesterday night on YouTube just before I came here, and I saw the value of motherhood. Even in madness, this woman was still thinking about her children. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can remove our self-imposed hate that we do have for our industry sometimes, and we see it all the time on the internet, we like to talk low on ourselves. The favorite thing we do is how we throw jabs at our continuity. How many of you see it on the internet? Yes, we like to hit on our continuity all the time. So when you get the portion and she get low cut and she cash out, she get low. Do you know how long she portion her for? Do you know? Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm running out of time. What I'm trying to say is, if we don't respect the prophet in his temple, nothing is going to happen to the prophet. Everything will happen to the temple, because without the prophet, the temple is just another building. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Dexman! Woo! He cracked our ribs a bit, but I think it was my brain at some point that was being cracked as well, taking me back in the day, you know, all that nostalgia, and really that message to appreciate our own. All the other industries that we look up to, they all started and they've had, over a century ahead of us. So why can't we intentionally support, promote, celebrate, recognize our own? If you're proud of the wave the African stories are making in Africa, but across the world, I just want us to applaud all the talents, the filmmakers, the people behind, in front of the camera, the people who are gone ahead of us. And I think that's one of the reasons I love the AMVCAs, because we do go down memory lane, we do honor and recognize, we give people their flowers, we encourage, we support the budding talents. And I'm saying this because I know one day, me too, I'll go on that stage and carry AMVCA. So please, if they are telling you to vote, vote. So, you know, last year I was in an AMVCA nominated film, courtesy of the Multi-Choice Talent Factory, and I was so sure that we were going to win. Or maybe I should have done more to get people voting, but nonetheless, that's nomination. My shoulder is high, so even if you're just calling me to do principal or to do mommy, please, I'm in an AMVCA nominated film. Yeah, check that. Can you beat that? So that's something. And we know how it opens doors. And we're so grateful that, you know, year in, year out, we have the AMVCAs. This is the 11th edition. I can see some people just joined us. We welcome you specially to this 11th AMVCA press conference. Thank you for being here. Please put your phones on silent mode if you already haven't. And the hashtag to use when posting your lovely content is hashtag AMVCA11. And the date to remember is Sunday, the 23rd of March, when we will have the announcement of the nominees. And right after that, it's votes, votes, votes. Like we're going to vote for the categories that are open for voting. Now, all of this won't be possible without the generous support of our sponsors. Our sponsors are making it happen, and that's why we're able to take the AMVCAs across Africa. The people across the continent tuning in, and we're so grateful for our sponsors. So I want you to show that gratitude with your applause, with your cheering. Just make some noise. Let them know that money well spent is an investment that is yielding returns. I want you to give it up for our headline sponsor, Amstel Malta. Woo! And representing the brand, we have, of course, Francis Obiajulu, who is the Senior Brand Manager, Amstel Malta, Nigerian Breweries. Please make him welcome as he makes his way to the stage for a quick remark. Please keep the applause going. Woo! This is our headline sponsor, year in, year out, Amstel Malta.
Wow, it's a full house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I need your energy, please. I won't take much of our time because we have a lot to do as well. But as a brand, Amstel Malta stands for resilience, excellence, creativity, that drive to always want to be your best. And that's why I've stuck to that line. Be your best. Okay? A brand that constantly reminds you that your current position is not enough. You still have a lot of milestones to achieve. And a platform like the EMVCAs is one word that I always attribute to the EMVCAs, and that word is excellence. A platform that celebrates excellence. And it's a match made in heaven. Because that is all Amstel Malta wants to remind you, that you can be excellent. And excellence is achievable. Okay, so it's our pleasure to be part of this platform for the 11th year in a row. It's no small feat. Last year we celebrated 10 years, and the brand was even celebrating its 30th year in the market. So that again was a big one. And we see this, going from strength to strength. Okay, it's something we believe we can continue to motivate the young ones, the creative space, the entertainment space, people behind the camera, people behind the sound. We continue to motivate these guys that there is something in here for them, and we see them, recognize them, and the best is still yet to come. So thank you all once again for being part of this journey, and looking forward to May. See you guys.
Please give it up for Francis Obiajulu. Indeed, excellence is the watchword when it comes to the AMVCAs. We've heard from our headline sponsor. Now we're going to hear from our tactical sponsor. Please make some noise for Onga Seasoning. Woo! And representing the brand, we have, of course, the marketing director at Promasidor. Please put your hands together for Debola Williams. Let's keep your applause going till she makes her way to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep your applause going. We can do better.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it is indeed a full house. We are super excited to be back again. This is the third year that we've come on the platform. A lot of people ask me, why Onga, why AMVCA? And I say to them, how do you tell the African story? How do you support the industry that pushes the African narrative without, you have me and Taoshi, you have Gara, you have Sa, you have Idikai Kong, you have, help me, Eforiro, Okro, you You have the national unifier, jollof rice, which is the most penetrated food in Nigeria. And to drive the flavor in these meals, you need a culinary partner that delivers on flavor and aroma, which elevates your experience and drives that enjoyability of that food that you're eating. So for us, how do you tell the African story without the food component? So Onga is committed to continue to support Nollywood and indeed the entertainment industry, not just in Nigeria but across Africa, and ensure that while we're telling our stories, we're pushing our fashion, we're pushing the narrative when it comes to music, that food is also not left out. Looking forward to the main show and looking forward to the cultural experience, and I hope every single person here will stop by the Onga booth and enjoy the culinary journey from across Africa. Thank you very much.
One round of applause for Nicola Williams. I think earlier on someone was saying they were hungry. Well, Onga is what you started, right? So afterwards, don't be in a hurry to leave. We have an exhibition area. You're going to be refreshed by Amstel Malta. Your taste buds are going to be tantalized by Onga. And you know, when it comes to films, television, food plays a critical role. You know, sometimes don't be looking at that chicken is so big, that jollof rice. And then the worst thing is the actor will just take one spoon and that will be the end of it. And it's like, why are you putting all that food there to just prepare us? So yes, this storytelling cuts across everything from fashion to music to our culture to our food. Now I want you to fix your eyes on the screen for a special video. So if you're just coming now, you want all the details in that video. That is what really matters, because the AMVCAs is all about the audience. We have 10 categories that you can vote in. So please fix your eyes on the screen as the video plays.
Welcome to the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. As we mark 11 years of celebrating the excellence of African cinema, don't miss the nominees' announcement live on all African Magic channels on Sunday, the 23rd of March 2025 at 7 p.m. WAT. The African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards is brought to you by African Magic in association with MultiChoice, proudly sponsored by Amstel Malta.
Music, DJ Meadow on the Wheels of Steel. You know, earlier on the head judge spoke about the importance of music and recognizing the role that musical scores play in television and film content. So a brand new, spanking new, shiny new category at this year's edition of the AMVCAs. And I know if you start hearing a particular song, it will just take you back to all the emotions you felt watching that film, that you came across the song. So if you're ready to, should I say, go back in time to relieve some of those emotions when it comes to films, TV content, that for some of us millennials, you know, was such a big part of our history, our growing up. For the Gen Zs in the house, well, I know you know some of the songs too, for the baby boomers as well, but there's something for everyone, and we're really celebrating the richness of our music through music.
So we all know that music is a global force, and it plays a very important role when it comes to films and television. Right? How many of us cried watching Titanic? We cried watching Titanic, yeah. I remember as a kid watching the movie, I promised myself that I was never going to watch it for the second time. Because I cried so much. So I'm just going to do a couple of songs. So just sing along.
This is the story.
Thank you.
So we can remember this one.
This life is beautiful, and everything seems to be falling apart. The more you get, the more you feel sad. Oh, this life, wherever you be, sing it out. We will follow this time. No matter what you do, you become something. This night, oh, this night is real. Everything together one more time. Let's go. This night, let me get it. Come on. He's beautiful. Everything, and everything seems to be safe. Yeah, that's right. The more you lose, the more you feel sad. Oh, this life, whatever it is, we will follow this life. No matter what you do, you become something. This night, Lord, this night is real. No run, no cry. Can you sing with me? Sing. In this great future, you can't forget your past. Oh yeah, dry your tears. I said, come and sing the chorus together. Say no more, no more everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Do you believe that? Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. One more time. Everything's gonna be alright. wonderful performance, just going down memory lane and appreciating the richness of those soundtracks and how they help to elevate the storytelling. They are probably wondering their chairs here on stage. A lot of you came here for a press conference, and we do have the press conference. So we've had comedy, we've had music, we've heard from the organizers, the sponsors, but this is the time where you get to ask your questions, particularly those in the media. I have some of my questions as someone in the media myself. I'm always so excited when the AMVCA comes around because it's really about celebrating the immense talent across Africa and the power of our stories and our storytelling. So rich. So the AMVCA, trust me, as a journalist, it's always a great time because so many stories, interviews, features, it's really a minefield, if you will. So we have chairs that are set up. So if you have a question for the organizers, you have a question for any of the sponsors, and I say question, not a suggestion or feedback, because we do want to take questions. We'll have that during this Q&A, and of course, after this press conference, you still have the opportunity to interview them one-on-one on the red carpet, to take your photographs, the photo stories, interviews, feature pieces, so please do not be in a hurry to leave. Also, we have a special exhibition area where you can get all the goodies from our sponsors, and I'll tell you one surprise towards the end, so you don't want to miss that, really. Our sponsors came prepared, and even our organizers. So I'd like to invite our panelists. I'll start with Dr. Busola Tejumola, the Executive Head of Content and Channels, West Africa Multi-Choice. So any questions you have about the AMVCAs, I know she has been cooking, and there's definitely going to be a lineup of different activities as we count down to May. Next, we have our headline sponsor. Please put your hands together for Francis Obiajulu, who is the Senior Brand Manager, Amstel Malta Nigerian Breweries. And we'll also have the representative of our tactical sponsor, which is Onga Seasoning. Please put your hands together for Debola Williams, Marketing Director from Macedon. Please give her a warm round of applause. Thank you very much. The applause can continue so she takes her seat. I have questions of mine, so I'll start the round of questions, but this will also give you time to pen down your questions, and would like you to introduce yourself when you do take the microphone for your questions. You let us know your media house, your position, the question, and who is directed to, or if it's just directed to the entire panel. So I will start with my own questions, and I'll start with Dr. Busola Tejumola. I'd just like you to speak to the Pan-African nature of the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards. Some people erroneously believe that, because it's held for 11 editions in Nigeria, that it's a Nollywood thing. It's not a Nollywood thing, or a Gollywood, or a Riverwood, or an Afriwood. It's an Afriwood when you think about it, because it's all about Africa. So for those people who are still not sure, is this a Nollywood thing? Is it really about Africa? I would like you to speak to the Pan-African nature of the awards.
Thanks, Isabella. Good afternoon again, everyone. As you rightly coined it, I think I like Afriwood. Yes, the awards just celebrate and recognize talent, bodies of work, cast, crew across Africa. And that's why you see that our categories, our nominations, and our entries spread across the continent. So we do have specific categories targeted at Southern, East, West Africa. But I mean, you know that Nollywood is a very big part of Afriwood. Again, I like Afrowood. A very big part of that, of the industry as a continent. And it is held in Nigeria at the moment, right? So that's why sometimes people erroneously think it's a Nollywood event. But we do have representation from across Africa.
Very much. So this is not a Nigerian affair, but I think we can also mention again that if you don't submit, it's not going to be considered. So they say Nigeria they carry last. So maybe now we carry on for ahead, but truly we get submissions from across the continent. So thank you for speaking to Afrowood. I like Afrowood too. So we'll move to our headline sponsor. I have a question for you. Your partnership with AMVCA has been consistent. Is Amstel Malta intentionally positioning itself as the go-to refreshment for Africa's top entertainment talents?
Thank you very much for that question. I would like to start with saying absolutely, but it's more than just being a refreshment. I think right now it's stretching beyond just the beverage category or the beverage need of the consumers, but also what are the other emotional needs of the consumers. And Amstel Malta, we are telling you that we are a supporter of the arts, we are a supporter of creativity, entertainment, we are a supporter of the African film industry, and so it's just telling you more than just, oh, what the best refreshment or what have you, but it's telling you that we support this industry, we believe in this industry, and we believe in the creativity that is born in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So I'll move to Onga. We've seen Onga partner with the AMVCA in the past edition. You mentioned 3 editions. What is the role of the brand within the entertainment space, and particularly AMVCA?
I think I've spoken to this, I've touched on it a little bit earlier. For us, yes, Onga is that culinary brand. We know it for great taste, aroma. Everybody knows Mama Onga. When you see Onga, you hear. That's all well and good, and we are happy that consumers enjoy the meals that they make with our brands. However, fundamental to us, not just as a brand but as a community, is the stories that we tell. Nollywood or Afrowood is the industry that tells that story. Now, there's no way we can celebrate that story without talking about the food alongside with the music, with the fashion, with the people and their culture. When you talk about culture, food is very integral to that whole dynamic. So for us at Promasido, and especially with the Onga brand, we believe that we need to support the ecosystem to continue to encourage the talents that are not just in this room, but across Africa, who are pushing, who are driving the African narrative. We believe that as our music, as our fashion, as our culture is taking over the world, we see that our food as well is taking over the narrative. You go on international food blogs and all the Instagram chefs and all, globally, everybody wants to cook jollof rice, and they have to use seasoning, because seasoning is what brings your food to life. They want to eat egusi and fufu, and you see the Yoruba people also trying to mimic this. The African culture is very powerful, and aside from our music, our fashion, and our people and the culture generally, food is a very, very important aspect of this. So we're very happy and privileged as a brand to always support AMVCA in any endeavor that they take on to push this narrative, to continue to push the African narrative. And I want to thank people like you, Tedri, because when you create when you create original content and you're relentless, despite the challenges I know you face year on year, and you continue to push this narrative, you're seeing the results, but we want it to move faster. So we want to continue to encourage and support as much as we can to ensure that the world becomes Nigerian, not just in our music and in our fashion, but also in our food. Thank you.
Thank you very much. move to our headline sponsor, Amstel Malta. I just want to know your thoughts. If Amstel Malta was
it's not, if you do a quick Google search, compare what the people or the categories that the AMVCA supports and the categories for, let's say, the Oscars, it's not to be matched. What it means is that the AMVCA is very intentional in who and what they believe about the African entertainment landscape. I see all that I'm asking myself as a brand, what other category can we bring up that is not currently being celebrated? But if I were just to throw one out there, it would be one of celebrating excellence. And I would look at the iconic figures in the entertainment industry, continuously celebrating those that through their crafts, through their every effort on screen and behind the screen, they have been able to promote Afrowood. I think I will steal that as well. They have been able to promote Afrowood in every way. Thinking of who will be the first recipient, I really can't say, and I will not put myself in that post right now, because we've had so many wonderful icons. They are so numerous to mention, and I believe any of them will be worth the first award. So thank you.
Please give them a warm round of applause.
Wait. No one is taken. We have to think of another one. No, but we will not put you on the spot and ask you now, because we do have the Industry Merit Award.
Of course.
And it is reserved for your icons, your veterans, filmmakers, actors who have shaped the creative of the industry, who have shaped and been the foundation of the industry. So yes, we have had, about 7, 8 Industry Merit Awards. Last year we had R&D and no, it was Rainbow. That one last year. Yes, Patience Uzoko has won, Olu Jacobs, Uki Wright, of blessed memory, Sadiq Daba, of blessed memory. So there is a category that celebrates the veterans and those who impact. So think of another one, tell us later.
She said the word of blessed memory.
I have a question for you, and after that we'll open it up. I still have more questions, but I don't want to be selfish with the time.
I think she meant Bukky and Jai.
With multiple brands competing for attention at the AMVCAs, how is Onga planning to stand out and create experience? I know